The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money, 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 money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Brandy.
Money's coming to me.
Before the effects of COVID, the economy was in very good shape.
How can they say before COVID the economy was in very good shape? Not true. You know what nobody's talking about? Everybody talks about the real estate bubble. What about the commercial real estate bubble? We have a huge commercial real estate bubble. We have a $16 trillion commercial real estate industry. It's flipping up on its back. They're going to collapse. Remember, they had all this cheap money from 2012, and they went nuts. All these REITs, everything else, buying all these buildings. And it always happens. Everybody, as soon as they start dropping these rates, that's why the Federal Reserve has done such a horrible job. That's why we're never going to recover. They talk about the recovery since 2008. There's never been a recovery since 2008. And it's almost impossible to even have a recovery. How are you going to have a recovery? We're so deep in debt. And they keep doing the same thing over and over. Printing more money, printing more money. It's ridiculous. But there is a commercial real estate bubble. And it's going to hurt everybody. See, because when buildings drop in price, the market falls apart. That's telling us and sending us a message that few people are either working or shopping in the buildings. So you see big buildings, they're selling for half of what they used to be. It's telling you that means a lot of people have lost their jobs. A lot of people aren't shopping. So that means that's a direct correlation or correspondence to reduction in a person's income and consumption. And our consumption is horrible right now. Do you see the durable goods orders that came in? I told you last time when they came in that they were bad. And they're important, very important, because when you have durable goods orders, those are the big orders. That's when companies order machinery. So if they have a machine that presses out, let's say, car doors or even ties, if they can produce another 40% with this machine, they'll order the machine and they can produce 40% more. They make a lot more money. That's increasing productivity. When you increase productivity, then that means you get a wage increase. And when you get a wage increase, that means you spend, you consume, you save. That's what we need. We haven't been getting any of that. We haven't been getting any wage increases. But let me get back. I want to get back to for a moment, though, to this the real estate, because nobody's talking about it. So we got a situation where all across this country, since 2012, there's been massive borrowing going out. The all cheap credit. And the borrowing surged by almost $1 trillion or 62%. 62%. They went wild. This is before the pandemic. Oh, and then, even before the pandemic, everybody's going to internet. Everybody's ordering through the internet. And they were hurting big time. I mean, there was so much going on with somebody would sell a building, and let's say the building was $85 million. Before the closing, they'd stop the closing, and the guy said, I'm walking away unless you drop it to 65. This is how bad real estate is getting. This is really bad. See, when you keep interest rates too low for too long, it hurts the economy. That's what nobody understands. It hurts the economy. Higher interest rates means prosperity. Lower rates means you're in trouble. No prosperity. So keeping rates too low for too long is not good for the economy, especially commercial real estate. I mean, what a great example. Massive borrowing. Boom. Almost $1 trillion in borrowing. Just surged since 2012. And now they're dying. Unbelievable. Now that the pandemic came in, matter of fact, from March to now, the amount of foreclosures have almost doubled. So that, the Fake Business News Network doesn't want to bring this to our attention. They're bleeding. Retailers are bleeding. But the people who own the building, I'll give you an example of the building I'm in right now. Beautiful building, downtown Sarasota. And it's a big high-rise building. And the anchor is always a bank, of course. Matter of fact, the floor I'm on, the congressman, there's like, how many floors are there in this building? There's like 18 floors in this building. And our congressman here in Florida, he bought one floor. Buchanan, he bought a whole floor. And then he when they were constructing it, and then he bought the entire floor, built it out, and then he rents it. And you want to see the one end of our building is beautiful area, beautiful office space, and this restaurant, this company had 3 restaurants. Gone. Bang, gone. Another one, same thing, bang, gone. So all these buildings are getting hurt big time. And remember, these small businesses, when the pandemic hit, over 25% of these businesses are not reopening. They're closed for good. Powell turns around and says how disappointed he was. How disappointed he was with how the economy is recovering. What does he expect? Is he stupid? Remember, he's been saying how the economy is going to recover. Everybody's saying how great the economy is going to recover. Now he said, gee, I'm not so sure. Well, how could you be so stupid to think it's going to recover? I mean, our economy plunged 40% in the second quarter. 20% unemployment. Do you think it's just going to turn around? And now they come out and say, oh, we're going to have this big rise, 30%. But they leave out the fact, even if it goes up 30%, it's still negative by 10%. Exactly what I said the other day, by analogy. You and your buddy are in the boat. He's drinking too much. He falls out of the boat. He's down 40 feet in the water. He's drowning. And you call his wife to tell him, hey, George is down at the bottom here. Well, how's he doing? Well, he's down there 40 feet, but now he's only down 20 feet. Oh, that's good. No, it's not good. He's never going to make it to the top to breathe. He's going to die before he gets there. What difference does it make? It's the same thing with our economy. Third quarter GDP. So what? It goes up 30%. We're still going to be negative by 10%. And before the pandemic, our earnings were horrible and our GDP was horrible. Think about it. Before the pandemic, our economic GDP growth, it was minus 4.8% in the first quarter. Go back to 2019. We had one decent quarter of 3%. One quarter. Next quarter dropped to 2%. The next quarter, 2%. The fourth quarter dropped to 1.9%. Total for the year, 2.3%. And you're telling me prior to the pandemic, the economy was booming? And then 2020, the first quarter, minus 4.8%. And then we had the big second quarter drop of 34%. They're going to have this big rebound. Give me a break. Not going to happen. More when I get back. Join my gang. It's free for 10 days.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Graney, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. And that's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here. And it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Warning: Google, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, Facebook, all these hot stocks are going to crash. They're going to drop as much as 60-70%. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Exactly what happened in the dot-com days is going to repeat itself. Remember, 85% of people lose money in the stock market because they don't know when to get out. I fixed that with my color code technology chart. It tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. That's right. Make sure you check it out. It's free for 10 days. philsgang.com. When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert. It says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. The market was down. Now it's back up. It's up 422 points. One of the big reasons is the FANG stocks. You're getting a lot of retail customers coming back in. They don't know what they're doing. They think it's a good deal that these stocks pull back. Now they're going to start buying them. The one thing I like about my color-coded technology chart, give you an example, Apple. People are jumping in today buying Apple, and my chart shows it's red. It's showing that the institutional money, we still have more people selling than buying. And thank God it's red, because it tells my members not to buy it yet. Or if you're at least going to buy it, go in with a small amount of shares, because this is called, because the trend is still solidly down. When you own a stock, here's where people lose money all the time in owning a stock. They see a stock, it's at 108. They go, I better get in at 108 before it gets to 112. I better get in at 108 before it gets to 112. No, that's not how you buy a stock. You look at the trend of the stock, and you got to identify, is money coming back in? In other words, if the trend is down and your stock goes up, that's called a snapback. It doesn't mean that institutional money have decided to start buying that stock again. Those are called snapbacks. And there's a couple reasons for snapbacks. One is the big money who's been shorting Apple from $183 down to $102. They're taking profits. That moves the stock back up. And then we have the dumbbells who come in, don't know a damn thing. They haven't even been in the stock market their whole life, but all they know, I heard I should buy Apple now. I should buy Google now. They all jump in like dopes. That moves the stock up. Those are called snapbacks. With the color-coded chart is designed to stay red if there's not enough institutional money coming in, new money. So it's staying red, so we're not going to be buying it. Also, the trend is still down. So you don't look and say, I better get into Apple at 108 today before it gets to 112. That's ridiculous. You look at the trend, not the dollar amount, and say the trend is still solidly down. That means there's more sellers than buyers. And I was able, again, with the algorithms, to fix the chart so that it would stay red until enough institutional money from the banks and the big insurance companies come in and start buying Apple. So Apple is still in a solid downtrend. Apple is up today, but I would not buy it because it's going against its trend. The trend is your friend. That's the beautiful thing about this chart. I don't know of any other chart in the world that does this. They better not be, because they're copying mine. They're infringing on my patent. But it tells you exactly when to buy. Not now. Now, another reason it's up is people are running into, they're doing the same thing with Amazon today. Solid downtrend, but people are buying it because they saw the stock was at $28.50 about a week ago. Then they saw this morning it was around 3,000. Oh my God, I better get in at 3,000 before it goes to 3,100. Then they jump in. They have no idea the trend is down. They have no idea, yes, it's going up, but it's not because of new money coming in. It's the same people who sold it short. They're taking their profits, and that pushes the market up, the stock up to where it is now, 3,095, and people are jumping in. Oh boy, I'm getting a great deal. No, you're not. No, you're not, because the trend is the wrong way. So that's why when you're going to, and here's another problem with September. Do you know that September has always been classified as the worst month for stocks, hands down? And here's why. It's very volatile, just like you're seeing. You're seeing a market goes down 200 points, then it goes up 400 points, goes down 300, then it goes up 200. September they always have more corrections in September than October. October, you always think of market crashes. But do you know September have actually more market corrections than any month in October? But the problem is, remember, those corrections are tiny. October, they're huge. Here's what goes on. smart money, who've been buying stocks since January, when they get through the summer, at the end of the summer, the big money, they cash in at the end of the summer because they know that October is notorious for big crashes. So they start cashing out in September, and that's why you get the volatility. So they don't go in, especially these stocks, these big boys, don't go in and start buying those when you see them going up because you think they're a good deal when they're not. So again, and you got to understand, September, okay, they're shallow, these little ups and downs, but they really can screw you up. October, of course, you get the big boys, you get the big declines. That's where all the crashes occurred. Remember the bank panic of 1907? Big crash. Stock market crash, 1929. Black Monday, 1987. On and on and on. I mean, there's tremendous amount of crashes in October. Matter of fact, you don't even have to have a big crash. If you remember 2011, the big FANG stocks all collapsed, went down $2 trillion, wiped out a lot of people. So again, that's what's going on, and that's why I invite you to join my gang, because none of this will happen to you. If you join my gang for 10 days free, you'll see, no matter how volatile the market is, you're always going to be correct. Whether you're buying a stock to go up or you're selling a stock short to go down. And all this volatility during the day, where the market's up and the market's down, and up the color-coded technology, the trend is a smoothing mechanism. It smooths it out. So you're always in the right trend. You're always in the right position. Whether you're buying or selling short, you're always correct. You don't have to worry about the volatility during the day or during the week or during the month. It works. It works. So you'll get it free for 10 days, and you'll see. You'll say, God, I wish I'd bought this long ago. Bought it long ago. So that's what's going on. So remember, join my gang. Also, by the way, don't forget that when you go into October, God, I hope you know how to sell short. Okay, I hope you know how to sell short. If not, join my gang just for that reason alone. Unbelievable. Okay, when we get back, I'm going to tell you about the Conservative Summit. I will be with Larry Elder, Sebastian Gorka, and Charlie Kirk.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grant at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days. When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day? That's unacceptable. African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
Hi, I'm Phil Grant at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days. What, are you nuts? If the stock market can make you so rich, especially Apple and Microsoft and Google and Amazon and the rest, why are so many Americans poor? If the 401k promises you a retirement, then why is it we are in a retirement crisis? Here's the answer. Because 85% of you get out of the market too late. I fixed that with my color-coded chart, which tells you when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out. That's right, when to run like hell. Check it out. You get a free membership and the free color-coded chart for 10 days. Check it out, philsgang.com.
With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Remember, if you didn't get your ticket yet, please do. October 23, it's a Sarasota Hyatt, 7 to 9 p.m. We're going to have a conservative summit. It's going to be myself, Larry Elder, Sebastian Gorka, and Charlie Kirk. So that's going to be October 23. That's at the Sarasota here, the Hyatt, 7 to 9 p.m. So make sure you get your tickets. You can go to my site, get all the information. And we're going to get sold out pretty quickly, so it's going to be a lot of fun. And as I said, it will be Elder, Gorka, Kirk, and myself. So please get your ticket. I'll say it. Let's talk about what's going on here. First of all, let me talk about. I want to talk about some stocks first. I started with my members, and this may be a good opportunity if you want to get in on this. I've taken a series of stocks that I bought, and let me get them here. Okay, it was in July. I bought McDonald's, Starbucks. I'm talking about our membership here. Okay, we bought these three. I said these are the three stocks we want to buy, and we bought McDonald's and Starbucks in July. In August, we bought DRI, and we did terrific with them. McDonald's, I think we're up about 15%. Starbucks, we're up about 14%. DRI, 15%. And now, I said to them, what we're going to do is I'm going to have you follow me now. These are the stocks we bought. Now I'm going to have you follow me when they start going down the other way to show you how to make money, to show you how the color-coded chart works perfectly. It's going to tell me exactly when to pull the trigger to sell the stock short. It'll tell me when the stock is going to go down. In fact, we added a new color to our color-coded technology, yellow, which gives us even an earlier warning when McDonald's is going to fail. So it gave us a perfect warning when to get in. It went from red to green on McDonald's. And as I say, we're up nicely 15%. Same thing with Starbucks, 14%. And now we're short Starbucks. So we switched our position. Now we have a 6% gain going down. So what's going to be interesting, I'm trying to show my students how you can buy and stay with just one stock for a whole year. One stock. You can make money on just one stock because it's not the stock. Stop listening to the fake business news network. I don't care if it's Fox or CNBC. They go bounce you from one stock to another stock to another stock. It doesn't matter the name of the stock. It doesn't matter what they do. As long as the stock is one of the top stocks, big name recognition, it's going to be in everybody's portfolio. Just stay with a few stocks, and if all I did all year had you stay in the spiders, if you just followed us in the spiders all year, did nothing else, I'd be dumbfounded if you don't get a 10% return on your money. So join the gang free for 10 days and see how we do, and I'm going to be doing these stocks, follow through all the way from when we already bought it. Now Starbucks, we're starting to head down. So we bought it, we went up 14%, now we're heading down, we already have a 6% gain. And we have yet shorted McDonald's, we're waiting for our color-coded chart to turn red. And we have yet to in DRI, we still own it, still going up, it hasn't yet turned red. So this is a great opportunity. So you're going to see how we can take one stock and catch it on the way up, and then we're going to catch it on the way down with the same ease, shorting it as we bought it. This does not have to be complicated. You don't have to know anything about the stock. And in 10 days, I'll prove that to you. Okay. So this is interesting. Listen to this cut.
The 2020 fiscal year for the federal government is going to close next week. The deficit is going to come in somewhere in the neighborhood of $3.3 trillion. That is the highest as a percentage of the economy since 1945.
And nobody cares. Nobody cares. As long as the Federal Reserve keeps interest rates at zero, nobody cares. As long as stocks go up and the companies aren't making profit, they don't care. Stock market's been rigged to go up. But let me tell you the big problem and why we're going to have the biggest crash in history, and it could be in October. Budget deficits are detrimental to our economic growth. I could not believe Powell, that dope, came out last week and said, I am very disappointed in how slow our economy is coming back. What's he, stupid? He's spending $6 trillion. Okay, he spends $6 trillion, and they only take in $3 trillion. How would you like to do that at home? How would your budget look at home? $3 trillion. They're spending 100% more than they take in our Congress because our Congress doesn't care because it's not their money. Now, when the government spends more than it comes in, these are called deficits. They need to be financed, and they got to print more money. And every time they print money, you get screwed and I get screwed because the dollars in our wallet go down. Now, the government, every time they spend more than they take in, they don't care. They should care. Well, they don't. They don't care about us. See, most people are on wages. And when you're on wages, that's a tough thing to try to make money because you got fixed income every week. When you're a person who's not on a fixed income, and you're an entrepreneur, and sometimes you get a lot of money come in, sometimes you have a little, but a lot comes in. You can put it to work in the market. People on fixed incomes can't. I mean, they can, but they're not going to make much money. So my point is, they don't give a damn running these deficits because they just finance them. They print them again. So the government, okay, turns around and says, all right, I'm going to finance the $3 trillion. Who cares? So we'll just print money, okay, and what we'll do is go in and, we will sell treasuries, okay? We'll start selling treasuries. So they'll have an auction, sell treasuries, and to raise the money. So if China comes in and buys $10 million in treasuries, the government gets $10 million in cash. If China comes in and buys $10 million in treasuries, the government gets $10 million in cash. And so what they do is they pay down the deficit. What's wrong with that? A lot. It's called crowding out. That means that everybody who is saving money in the bank, whether it's a CD or whatever, they shift their money out of the bank to buy treasuries because they can get higher rates out of treasury. So that leaves very little money left in the bank. And that's why the economy's not growing. Because guess what? If they got less money in the banks raise rates so they don't eat away their surplus. So where our economy grows is from startup businesses. That's the backbone to our country. And who starts these businesses? The middle class. They're the foundation of our country. But when they go to the bank, the interest rates are too high. It's called crowded out. So every time the government runs a deficit, spends more than they take, they don't care about that. And Powell wonders, he's wondered, why is it that we're not in a recovery? Because small businesses aren't starting up. Startups cover 72% of our new jobs. So nobody cares. There's the problem. Nobody cares. It's called crowding out. So if you got a good idea and you want to start your small business and you're a middle-class guy, you go to the bank, you go, holy God, I can't do that. The interest is too much. Well, why? Why do you guys charge so much interest? Well, because the government spent more money it took in. They got to pay for it. So they're going to sell treasuries to raise money, and they're offering more interest than people get at the bank. And people are taking the money out of the bank and buying treasuries. So I got to raise my rates this high. I'm sorry, I know if I raise them this high, you're not going to borrow from me because you can't make money with a startup business rates this high. Are you kidding? This is what goes on every day. And that's why, again, join my gang. So you're always in the right stock at the right time, and you get out in time. Because 85% of you lose money because you don't get out in the right time.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
What, are you nuts? If the stock market can make you so rich, especially Apple and Microsoft and Google and Amazon and the rest, why are so many Americans poor? If the 401k promises you a retirement, then why is it we are in a retirement crisis? Here's the answer. Because 85% of you get out of the market too late. I fixed that with my color-coded chart, which tells you when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out. That's right, when to run like hell. Check it out. You get a free membership and the free color-coded chart for 10 days. Check it out, philsgang.com.
Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Warning, Google, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, Facebook, all these hot stocks are going to crash. They're going to drop as much as 60, 70%. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Exactly what happened in the dot-com days is going to repeat itself. Remember, 85% of people lose money in the stock market because they don't know when to get out. I fixed that with my color code technology chart. It tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. That's right. Make sure you check it out. It's free for 10 days. philsgang.com. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Why pay thousands of dollars for a weekend seminar when for only $39.95 a month, philsgang.com provides all the daily market investing information you need to make profits in the stock market. With over 40 years of investing experience, only Phil Grandy and the philsgang.com team provide daily live investing webinars, up-to-the-minute market updates, all the investing educational videos you can imagine. Don't hesitate to learn, invest, and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
A lot of the signals from the real economy are all suggesting that the withdrawal of stimulus is actually hurting Main Street much more deeply than the markets appreciate right now. A lot of this...
Yeah, exactly. You know, here's what President Trump was very smart. He knows one thing, that he regrets the day that he hired Larry Kudlow. I think Larry Kudlow will be gone the second term. Because remember, Larry Kudlow told him, just keep on mirroring the stock market. Stay with the stock market, because we can convince people the stock market's the economy. They'll understand that. They don't understand that it's not the economy. They don't understand that you measure the strength of the economy by the capital markets. They don't understand that, Mr. President. So as long as you keep going, okay, and telling everybody the stock market is wonderful and that shows our economy is really doing well, you're going to get reelected. Well, guess what? This stock market could crash any day. And not only that, it doesn't have to crash for him to lose. Because people know they didn't benefit from the stock market. They got hurt from the stock market. Here's how they get hurt from the stock market. First, let's talk about the people who got the stimulus. Do you know those people got that extra $600? 20% of the people doubled their income. 20%. That's making them happy. Trump knows that. That's why he did that. And he's got to get that package again before the election to double their income again. But the problem is that, again, the market, when you're on a fixed income, and it doesn't, people on fixed incomes, they're screwed because they don't have the money, the extra money, to go in and lever up in the market and make money. See, the rich get richer because they got enough money they can put in the stock market, and it makes money for them. So they don't care if inflation goes up. You got to care. See, the rich don't care. The 1 percentile doesn't care. The top 1% don't care. The top 10% don't care if there's inflation, because they can cover inflation by just buying stocks. They can borrow money zero, free, and they can make big money in the stock market. So it doesn't really, they cover more than inflation. But a guy who's making $38,000, $40,000, and his wife's making $20,000. Let's say between the two of them making $65,000 a year. They're so screwed because inflation is killing them. Why? Because we keep printing this money. They got to stop printing. What's killing the economy is pushing the market up artificially by printing money to get to the CEOs to buy stocks. Every time they print money, a person who's making even $75,000, him and his wife together, are getting hurt because the dollar keeps getting less and less buying power. They're getting screwed. So when Trump keeps on saying and bragging how great the stock market is, that scares me because most of the people aren't making money in the stock market. And they're getting screwed because to push the stock market up, you have to keep printing money. You got to, first of all, you got to print money at least $26 billion every hour to keep purchasing treasuries to keep interest rates at zero. Listen to what I'm saying. The the Federal Reserve has to keep printing $26 billion every hour, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to keep interest rates at zero. Do you know what that's doing to your money in your wallet? It's killing you. So the stock market goes up. And he's telling look how great the stock market is. Look at this. We're doing great. The best market in the world. Look at that. Our economy's doing great. It has nothing to do with the economy. And then they have to print $750 billion a month to keep giving the CEOs, to keep doing stock buybacks, to keep pushing up the stock market so they can point to the stock market and lie to everybody and say, look how great the economy is. And the stock market doesn't reflect the economy. What reflects the economy are the capital markets, where people go and where institutions go, where banks go, where governments go, where corporations go to borrow money. And it ran out of money September, a year ago today. It ran out of money, had no money. They had to print $75 billion very quickly that night to throw it into the repo market, which simply means the banks at night, they fund each other so that if one bank loaned during the day $5 million too much, he can't open up his bank the next morning. So he can borrow from another bank overnight for 1.5%, $5 million, no problem. They do this with each other. Well, I think it was September 16th, 2019, there was no money. The markets, the banks were going to freeze up like in 2008. We would have woke up the next morning, the market would have been down to 2,000 points. But they stalled that. So, yes, the stock market is the wonderful place to make money. There's no question about it. Because you can beat inflation. But a person on fixed income, he can never beat inflation. And by the way, we've gotten to a point where our deficits are so high now, and our debt is not $27 trillion. That's another lie. Add to that the $7 trillion they steal from our Social Security and our Medicare out of those accounts to pay bills. They owe us that. So you got to add that to the $27 trillion. Add the $16 trillion mortgages that 32% of the people can't pay their mortgages. Here they're saying how great the economy is, but 32% of the people can't pay their mortgages. We got 4 million people who are in the forbearance program because they can't pay their mortgages. That has nothing to do with the 32%. Now remember, in 2008 when the market crashed and people lost their homes, we had 8 million people in the forbearance program. Now think about it. Put in perspective. That was 8 million. We got half now. Half. So when we had 8 million in the forbearance program, the stock market was crashing. Now we have half that amount, 4 million, and the market's up the highest it's ever been. What does that tell you? It's a big lie. All I can do for you, if you join my gang, and I'll prove it in 10 days, that at least I can tell you when you're in a stock when to get out and pick up your marbles, when to get out and take your profits. 85% of you never make money because you never get out in time. I will make sure you get out in time. And even better, when the stock market starts to go the other way, or the stock you're in goes the other way, you'll be out so you don't give up those profits you made in your stock. Nobody else can do that for you. So I'll prove it over a 10-day period. Go to my site, philsgang.com. It says right there, the Pro 2, you can see it stands right out. Pro 2 Working Investors. Sign up right there. There's our product, but the one that stands out is the Pro 2 Working Investor, the Pro 2. That's where you want to go. That's where you want to sign up. All right. So, again, with all these liquidity injections that we're having right now, think about it. All the liquidity injections, all printed money, we will never get out of debt. This country will never get out. When you add actually everything that this country owns, matter of fact, if you just say the $27 trillion, your portion alone, you owe $82,000 of $27 trillion. You go, I didn't get a bill for that. Oh, really? Every time you go to the supermarket, you're paying for it. They get the $82,000 from you at the supermarket. They get the $82,000 from you with inflation. They get it when your health insurance goes up. When all the prices go up, that's how they get your $82,000. That's why when at the end of the month you have no money left and you got to use a credit card. Ridiculous. Oh, but the market's is the highest it's ever been. So if you do have some money to put in the stock market, it's the best place in the world. And if you put it and again, if you just use my color-coded chart, it'll tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. It works. It works. And again, don't forget to sign up for the the Conservative Summit. Thank you. And that's going to be in at the Hyatt, and that's on what's the date? September 23rd. Yeah, please. Here it is. Okay. Yeah, that's October 23rd. Thank you. Sarasota Hyatt, 7 to 9 p.m. And it's myself, Larry Elder, Sebastian Gorka, Charlie Kirk. And the three, we'll be there. We're going to have a great time. And go to my site. You can get your tickets. Do it early, okay, because they are getting sold out. All right. So, again, it's the Conservative Summit, and Salem is sponsoring it. And it's going to be a lot of fun. So please get your ticket early so you're not left out. All right, join my gang tonight. It's free for 10 days, and I'll prove to you the color-coded chart will always put you in the right position in the market. You'll never be in the wrong position. See you on the chart.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me.